say sorry. I'm not sure what I got today for footage, but I'm so tired and I'm gonna go to sleep. But I just wanted to say that I hope you liked the video, but yeah, so we gotta get out of here in the morning, which really sucks so bad. Like, I love my dad, and I think we had some meaningful conversations and caught up as much as we could, I guess. So I'm happy that he got to come and see us and meet. And it sucks that now he's leaving, and you know, Sean just left and now he has to leave, and it really sucks. But I got a lot I have to do at home, so what are you gonna do? Just plan another trip for the future to look forward to, I guess. But yeah, so the girls are asleep. I wanted to mention too, we took the shield off Bria, and it was a little bit damp, not on the actual like cast, not on the pink part, on the black part, and then a little bit underneath the black part. So she was swimming for hours, and this was, I'm pretty sure this happened today. I don't think this had happened the first 2 days we used it. This is now the third day that we're using it, and it is reusable. But I have to mention, just being honest, I don't know if it was sweat. I think it had to have been sweat or just moisture. I mean, it's so hot in Arizona. Today I think it was like 108. So imagine like your hands in like a glove, and you've got a cast on already, and you're sweating, and it's hot, and you're not swimming yet. You know, it's just on you. So I think, you know, she did sweat a little bit, and it made some moisture in the cast. Definitely, like, her cast is perfectly fine. It's just the black part. Like, when she got in the water, my dad was the one who like let all the air out, and I don't know, I think he's like super comfortable with this shield. My dad just, I think he kind of thinks it's simple and you just get the air out and it's fixed. And it's like, well, you really got to get the air out. Like, you really got to be sure the air is out. So I don't know if he just kind of was like, oh, this is what we did last time, it'll work this time. We didn't, you know, try that hard the first time. So I don't know. I don't know if it was kind of just like a, oh, it'll be fine thing, or if it moved maybe, or if we might have maybe possibly used it so much it may have torn. But her cast is fine, so I am still recommending it. It still works. It's still amazing, like amazing. I hope you guys can hear me. But you can see, like, the cast is totally fine. It was under here that was a little bit moist. It still is, which worries me. I can still feel wetness here, which really worries me. But I don't know, my dad said that this is kind of what happens with every cast. I don't know, when it's hot, you know, you sweat, there's moisture. But I'm freaking out. I don't want her to get some crazy rash. I don't want her arm to turn into, like, you know, where you get the wrinkly fingers from swimming. I don't want her arm to look like that. I wouldn't be able to stand having something wet on my arm for hours upon hours upon hours. So we were trying to blow dry it, but that was, it didn't have like a cool setting, so it was just really hot air blowing on her. So I stopped, and I probably should have kept doing it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't the one who, you know, I thought all the air was out. Maybe it wasn't. You gotta be careful, you know, and make sure you're doing it right, and make sure there's like no air trapped in there, because then she goes underwater and the air's stuck and it opens to let the bubbles out, and obviously water's gonna get in. But that definitely didn't happen. There's like, her cast is fine. What I don't understand is how inside of it, it's not. That's what's like mind-blowing right now. Like, I don't know what went wrong. So just a warning to be careful if you do go get this cast. There could be consequences, or there could be incredible results. We had perfect results. Her cast was bone dry. It still is. It still is. That's what I'm basically trying to tell you guys. Like, it's still keeping her arm in place. It's the doctor that doesn't, you know, and this could happen with just a shower or with a bag wrapped around you. If a bag, you know, just a bag, which a lot of people do, they tape like a plastic grocery bag. All that has to happen is get a hole in that, and that's very thin material that can easily get a hole in it, easily. So this stuff is thick. Like, I want to express how thick this plastic is. It stretches. Where is it? It's right here. So this is almost like, what does this remind me of? Like a very thick resealable bag, maybe? Or what is it? Like almost like a plastic glove, but way thicker. It's almost like a clear bag, like a clear actual plastic bag that you would, like if you worked in a place that you needed to carry a clear bag so they could see all your things for security reasons. This is kind of like what it reminds me of, I guess. What I was also thinking was to get it off, I pulled it so it was inside out, and I think maybe I had got it wet on the inside, but still, like right now it's inside out, so it's dry. But when I took it off of her, I pulled it off so it was inside out, because it's really tight, so when you're pulling it, it's hard to like pull it off like you would a sock. So it was almost like taking the sock off inside out or outside in, kind of, I don't know. And I'm thinking maybe it got wet then, like it got wet from me touching the inside with the outside. Or like, imagine if I'm pulling a glove off right now, and instead of like swoop, like doing this, I kind of like roll it down backwards. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm thinking maybe I got it wet on the inside and didn't, since it was still like the right inside in, outside out, it just didn't dry. Like almost like getting the inside of a bag wet and not letting the inside of the bag dry before putting your hand in the bag, like that kind of thing. So it may be my fault. I don't know what I did. I feel so bad though. I don't want her to suffer because of something I did. You know, I just wanted her to have some fun while my dad was visiting. You know, I just don't want to regret this or have it come back and bite me in the ass and her in the ass worse. Like, I can't imagine how she feels, you know? And the same thing went with the broken arm. Like, I was freaking out, and I'm like, I need to remember how she must be feeling, you know? So, oh God, I wish there was a way I could just fix it for her, just take her pain away, or make my arm be broken and not hers. So yeah, that's just something I needed to say. It worked incredible. I don't know what I did wrong. Please don't doubt the whole entire thing just because of what I'm saying right now, because my dad was like, it's gonna be fine, it works, her cast is intact, it's dry where it needs to be dry, this is what happens when you have a cast on, it gets itchy. He was saying, like, I used to stick pencils down there and whatever, rulers to itch his skin and things like that, but I've never broken anything, so I have no idea, you know, like, if I was sweating in the summer with a cast, is this what would happen? Like, I have no freaking clue. But what I'm gonna do is go home tomorrow morning, either go home or bring her somewhere nice. I was thinking maybe the butterfly exhibit or something on the way home, since we're in that nice area with all the activities. Like, why not do something tomorrow before we leave? So maybe I'll do like the mall or the exhibit, I don't know. Something not too much, like I don't want it to be too much. Something simple but worth our time. So I'm thinking about doing that with her tomorrow. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of talking though, so hopefully I can bring her somewhere nice. And then my point was, as soon as we get home, I have a blow dryer that has a cool setting, so I can constantly blow air on it that's not burning her. And then maybe that'll make things a lot better. But I ended up giving her some Motrin just so it's not bothering her as much. Maybe so she feels it a little bit less. That might be a bad idea to do, but I don't want her having to feel like it's so itchy and she needs to scratch it throughout the night, you know. So I gave her some Motrin to help fight that off. You know, ibuprofen can make you feel better when you're sick and achy. I think it can stop an itch, maybe. I don't know. So my arm's getting tired. Breaking out a little bit here. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed our vlogs lately, and there's so much more fun to come because I'm not stuck in a house. We have a car, which I'm so grateful for. So I could cry happy tears. Like, I was just realizing today in the pool that like I am not stuck at the house. Like, my dad was talking about something. What was it? What are you planning to do with it? What were we talking about? Oh, it came up that I could sell the baby swing and things like that Lorena's grown out of at Once Upon a Child, and I was reminded that Once Upon a Child is out here, not where I live. So I was like, oh yeah, I can make trips like that now. Like, I don't need permission to use a car. I can just go. Crazy feeling. Like, I'm totally forgetting about like how much freedom we have, and we can be gone all day and no one can bitch at us. Because the only reason we got bitched at before was because it wasn't our car. We don't have that anymore. We have so many more privileges. There's so much I can do. Like, I have so many places I can bring them for fun, you know, especially with the nice weather coming. Like, this couldn't be a better time to have a car. Like, there's so much to do in Arizona when you're not dying of a heat stroke, when the weather is nice. And we'll be going to the park, and we'll be going to the park a lot and doing things like that. So like, oh my god, I need to like think about this, because it still hasn't set in. It still doesn't feel real. It still feels like, oh well, the car isn't 100% mine. Like, you gotta pay for it every month, and if you don't, it can get repoed or whatever. So like, it doesn't feel entirely mine. In every car I have got in my life, I've had 2 cars. I guess this will be my 3rd. The 2 were mine. Like, my dad bought me my first car ever, and it was a Mercury Sable luxury sedan, fully loaded. Like, sunroof, leather seats, 6 CD changer, like sickest silver Mercury Sable luxury car. Loved it. And then what was once my stepbrother decided to like completely destroy it, balded the tires, like, anyways, long story short. And then I got a 2001 Ford Explorer that was passed down from my Nana and Papa to my mom, then to me. So it was bought brand new. I think I got it when it had 40,000 miles on it, and I unfortunately totaled that. I don't know how. This car like barely had miles on it, so I don't know how I did so much damage that it was more damage than what it was worth, but whatever. I guess it wasn't worth much when I damaged it, and it was really just the front bumper. But we had already paid so much money to like get it to California and then get it to Arizona, and then it needed to be fixed prior to that move because of sitting in a parking lot with snow, and when they throw the salt down to to melt the snow. That like ruined my whole undercarriage before it got sent off to California. So
and recreate some of the wonderful times we had when we brought our kids 35 years ago. I had Mickey waffles for breakfast. Princess Sophia was there.
Mickey waffles.
We went up and down and all around. Woo! We saw a dragon and the bees. We met Mickey.
This must be Disney World.
Since Mimi and Papa surprised us, we surprised them. It brought tears.
It was really special.
They really love us.
It's been the best week of our life.
Best grandparents trip ever!
Yep, Walt Disney World. Like, that doesn't look familiar. Okay, so yes, all I was saying was, yeah, it still hasn't set in that we have a car and we have all these freedoms. And I need to start saving my money for a lot of things, and I need to start working or at least going to school. Like, I need to make so many doctor's appointments. Like, I have so much to do. I need to get home tomorrow and get on shit. Okay. By the way, I'm not going to this eyelash lady anymore. She does not do a good job. Okay.
Good, yeah, you got me bad, and you're bad as they come, boy. Through all the blue times and the sad, you're still there. So come